Everybody, welcome back to Wicked Good Sports. This is Miami Minute. We're talking about my favorite team, the Miami Dolphins. My favorite team is nothing if not incredibly streaky. After starting 1-7 and losing 7 straight and then winning 6 straight to close out last year, the Dolphins won their first 3 games this year, and I'll be honest, I was incredibly optimistic. But you all know the story. A horrific concussion against the Bengals has pretty much derailed the season. It's been weird. The last 3 games, the 3 games we lost, we went in with one starting quarterback. First one was Tua. Had to go to another one due to injury. That was Teddy. Teddy started the next game, had like one play. We had Skyler come in. Skyler was set to start this game, and he was doing okay. He was 7 for 13 for 189 yards. They're moving the ball, but not scoring. And then he busted up his thumb. He came out of the locker room, still in uniform, but with the thumb wrapped up. I don't know if he was necessarily available to play if Teddy got hurt after that, but just a weird set of circumstances. Something I guess as a Dolphins fan I should expect, because why could anything go well or be normal for the Dolphins? It's just not what we do here at all. So a disappointing loss, 24-16. They did make it a little interesting. Teddy went 23 of 34 for 329 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 2 costly interceptions. The receivers played quite well. Tyreek Hill had 12 receptions for 177 yards. Jalen Waddle added 6 for 129, though a very costly fumble. Mike Gesicki finally got into the offense with 6 receptions, 69 yards, and 2 touchdowns, including the only 2. I was going to say, including the last 2, the only 2 touchdowns of the game. So, if nothing else, positive to see him getting involved. He is a freak athlete, a defensive nightmare. I know he can't block as well as some of our other tight ends, but God, he can catch amazingly. And I think you sacrifice the blocking to get his, mismatch, his ability to catch the ball. And hopefully this is a sign of things to come, because I love Mike Gesicki. I think he's a really great tight end, and he was not being used very much in the first 5 games of the season. As for our running game, Mostert led the way with 49 yards. Bridgewater had a 10-yard run. Skyler had a 9-yard run. Chase Edmonds only had 3 on 2 carries, so not the best, but they were playing from behind for a lot of the back half of the game. The defense played well. Obviously, the Minnesota Vikings offense has the potential to really pop off, and they did, especially, with that long run by Cook to pretty much seal the deal, and then the Justin Jefferson long catch to set up the Adam Thielen touchdown. I sound like a broken record, but it's only because in all the weeks that I've been covering the Dolphins for this channel, the Dolphins have not come close to fixing their offensive line. And once again, the offensive line, it wasn't good. I know, we had some injuries there. Armstrong and Jackson not playing, but Skyler and Teddy both struggled. And I think this kind of shows when people want to come for Tua, which they are doing often when he's not concussed anyways, and then they're saying that he should retire. They say, he's not that great of a quarterback, but the thing that really makes him like an above average to good quarterback is his ability to get the ball out quickly and to make bad offensive lines look okay. Never good, but, better than they are. And over, the last couple of years, was it Brissett, Skyler, Teddy, none of them have been able to replicate that. So I think that's really like the X factor when it comes to how Tua plays. Defense saw a lot of injuries. We had Noah Igbenogany playing. He got beat a couple times. He made a couple of nice plays, in fairness, and I will give him credit. Maybe this is the first step to him becoming a better player. We can hope. I mean, we spent a first-round pick on him, so we'll see. But it's disappointing to be 3-3 after starting 3-0, after having such high hopes. After beating the Ravens and Bills in consecutive weeks, we really seemed like we were heading in the right direction, trending to being a contender. And now with teams like the Jets beating the Packers as well as beating us last week, and now they're 4-2, it's going to be difficult to make a wild card push. We'll see. Tua is going to be coming back next week against the Steelers. That's going to be a huge game for not only the Dolphins generally to right the ship, but there's a lot of storylines. Brian Flores is a linebackers coach now for the Steelers, obviously our former coach. He never really believed in Tua. This will potentially be an opportunity for Tua to prove Brian Flores wrong and to really show that he is, a great quarterback, as he did in these first few games, in my opinion, before getting hurt. So a little over a third of the way through the season. We're down. We're not out, but there's a lot of, disappointment. There's a lot of disappointment that I'm feeling after that strong start. I always try to keep my opinions of the Dolphins, my hopes, leveled and keep a level head, but sometimes, when we were 3-0, I do get a little bit ahead of myself. I start thinking about how great the team could be, and is this finally the time that they really turn the corner? I need to stop doing that, because when you do that, you set yourself up for disappointment. And I'm quite disappointed right now, and I imagine a lot of Dolphins fans are. Granted, I don't know how many people expected us to win this game, so I don't think they're disappointed with this 24-16 outcome. If anything, 24-16 is somewhat impressive given the circumstances, but I think it's more just the overall having high hopes and then being let down a little bit. So what did you think of this game? Are you excited for Tua coming back? I would imagine you are. I would be surprised if anyone wouldn't be, excited for Tua to come back. But, there's a lot of work to be done. I do still think this team can be a contender, but they need to get healthy. They need to improve their offensive line, and they need to, not start a game with one quarterback and have them get knocked out. Really, really weird stuff happening there. Thank you so much for checking out the show and the channel. Subscribe if you like Dolphins coverage. We also cover the other major sports almost every single day of the week, most weeks. So subscribe here if you like sports talk. And we'll see you